Hey there, my name is Bryce. I'm one of the co-founders at Afterflow, and I wanted to make this quick video on email designs because it's one of the areas we see brands struggle with a lot, especially in the high ticket space. So we're going to go over the best practices, the most common mistakes people run into, and a few examples to tie everything together. So essentially every email is taking somebody from point A to point B, which is most likely your website, could be a blog, a YouTube video, anything like that. And really where design comes in is it kind of lays that path out of how they'll be guided to that destination. So quick analogy, kind of simplified, but what I like to think about is kind of poor design on the left almost feels like there's boulders in the way. Signs might be pointing in different directions. You're not exactly sure how to get where you're going, versus well done design is going to feel frictionless, easily get to kind of the destination you're going to. So plays a big part in click rate, engagement, and that's going to lead to more sales. So moving into the most common mistakes that we see, number one is going to be designing emails like websites. And the big thing with this is it's going to lead to decision overload and kind of some confusion. So to kind of show you what I mean here, I've got an example. So getting into this, one thing they did awesome was add this little add to cart button here. This is great. But if you're anything like me, when you kind of get into this email a little bit, your attention feels like it's being pulled in all different directions. So it's actually beautifully designed, like amazing pictures, very nicely formatted. I would just say there's a little bit too much going on. I think when I added it all up, there's about 40 different CTAs in here, which who knows, it could do very well. I would just recommend trying to be a little bit more specific, a little bit more targeted, and that way readers kind of have a little bit more direction. But who knows, this could be a great email for them. Next, we have weak visual hierarchy. So this kind of goes with the old saying, like if everything's important, nothing ends up being important. And the second place people go wrong here is burying the lead, which just means having the most important information lower in the email. Sometimes it's a good thing to do if you're trying to like build curiosity or some sort of kind of intrigue. The two examples I have here are both promotional emails. And with those, pretty much every single time you want to lead with the most important info. So if I go into kind of the bird's eye view on this one, the first thing you'll see is it kind of feels all like one block in a way, which is going to be a little bit more challenging to navigate. So that would be kind of the number one thing I'm seeing. And then next, we actually have, if we zoom in a little bit, awesome offer. So $1,000 off and a free Halo 1 salt therapy device. So that's a really intriguing offer. So that gets people excited. I would love to see that at the top of the email, and also this CTA up here as well. So as soon as people open the info, they're totally excited about what's going on if they want to keep scrolling through the email. And they also have a place to click if they see the offer and they're ready to go. Next here, we have a little bit different style email. With this one, the thing I'm seeing here is this, you got a fun Santa image at the top. The only trade-off with that is burying those key details. So the Christmas sale, and then also with this one, if we zoom in, we have an extra $50 off, which is pretty sweet. So I'd love to see that at the top of the email and then fit that Christmas decoration in throughout the email if possible. One thing these guys did great was add different CTAs for each product they have here at the bottom, which is great to see. And the last thing is going to be not optimizing for multiple formats. So readers are going to be on all different types of devices. Big ones are having different emails optimized for desktop and mobile. And the second part is keeping in mind dark mode is where roughly 1/3 of people read on their phones. So that's very important as well to be optimized for that. And then moving into best practices. So number one thing we're going to try to do is always reduce the cognitive load. So as least amount of energy as we can make it to understand the email, that is kind of our goal. And two great ways to do that are an F pattern, which is kind of similar to like a book if you think about it. Everything just comes across. It's very easy on the eyes because that's how we're trained to read. And the second one is going to be a funnel shape, or like a Dorito almost. Everything kind of funnels into the middle, and that is going to make the email perceived to be easier to read and less work, which keeps people reading. The next big one is going to be clarity of the action. So having clear CTAs, people want to know exactly where they're going, and having multiple CTAs or call to actions for every option that there is in the email, like we just saw with the bicycle brand. And the last one is going to be consistency. So familiar layouts and structure build a lot of trust with the audience. One question you can kind of ask yourself is, if there was no copy, could I guess who this email was from? So that's going to build trust. There definitely is a time and place to mix things up and just keep people guessing. But for the most part, consistent layouts are going to help increase trust with the reader. So a few really good examples here. These are ones I like. You'll notice with all three, the first thing you read is going to be the most important details of the email. So holiday 30% off sale, Black Friday savings ending soon, and then the Cyber Monday sale with the offer right up top nicely. And all three have that call to action above the fold, just meaning as soon as you open an email, that top section, you kind of get all the details you need to understand what's going on. And you also have a place to go straight to the website if you like what you see. A few other things that I really like here, they kind of all have this little Dorito shape that we're talking about that filters you right into the call to action, and then nice clean transitions. So very easy on the eyes, very easy to kind of navigate through the email. And the last thing is tons of CTAs. Any chance you have to go down a different road, they're going to give you that option and make it super easy. So that is awesome. So yeah, that is pretty much all I got today. Hopefully you found this valuable. If you would like help with your retention marketing, we do offer free audits to qualified brands. If that is you, there will be a link in the description to learn more. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.